everybody. I'm just waiting for people to come in, and we will see who is here. That's good. I'm just waiting for people to come in. We will see. I had to mute YouTube. Welcome in, Suzanne. I scared you. I'm sorry. This space will scare anybody. Welcome in, Marlene. And how are you ladies doing tonight? Welcome in, little sis. And how are you ladies doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Everybody got something to drink? I got coffee. I live on coffee anymore. I'm just working on. Lost my crochet hook. Ugh. Gracie hair everywhere. I'm just working on my border on my Seaside sampler. I'm actually taking a suggestion from Darlene, little sis there. I'm going around and went around half double crochet in the spa. Yeah, I had the YouTube. I have YouTube on too, so I can jump back and forth if we get any trolls. And I have got to mute it. So yeah, just turn that a little bit there. So I'm going around. I'm now on espresso. It's light brown. I'm going around with single crochet, and then I'm going to use sea foam to do double crochet. Oh, Marlene, I mean, I hope you guys had a good time. Hope you had beautiful weather. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you, ladies, and everybody for your prayers and well wishes. Welcome in, Demetra. It was very much appreciated. I kind of hemmed and hawed about going live, but I thought, it would be a distraction. I don't sleep much at night. I usually nap during the day. Tomorrow I've got to take Gracie for her spa day. She's got to get a bath. Bad. I tried to vacuum her yesterday and she ended up peeing on the floor. I scared her. And I trimmed my bangs, and yes, I just couldn't stand my eyes no more. Trying to find out what my new normal is. Kind of lost. Discombobulated, disorganized. It's going to take me time to find my footing, find my balance. So, yeah. Everybody working on something? I have to work on simple things. I tried working on my test knit and trying to follow the pattern. I just frogged back 3 clues on it, which was a lot of rows. And but I've just been working on simple things. Like I said, I'm almost done with this. I'm just doing the trim now. And I worked on. Let me just pull my stitch out here so I don't pull stitches out. I had showed you guys this in one of the lives that I'm doing. It's a crocheted cable sweater by it's made out. It's on Red Heart site, and it's Marley Bird Chic Sheep is what it's made out of. But the designer of this is Jennifer Pionk. That's who designed this. Oh, I can't wait to see it, Suzanne. I can't wait to see it. So what I've done is I've managed to finish. Oops. I've got the whole back of the sweater done. This is the right side. I got the back of the sweater done. it's just got a slip stitch border on it. So I got the back done, and I'm making an extra large, but it's going to be an oversized sweater. So imagine it'll even fit a 1X. And the yarn's got to be washed and blocked to get softer. It's an acrylic. I just grabbed one of my big monster balls, and I finished one of the sleeves. I love the cuffs, and it even looks like the picture. And I finished one of the sleeves. I'm on the second sleeve because Gracie hair everywhere. Because the front of the sweater has the cable on it, and I've never done crochet cables. So I just started the second sleeve. And I keep that by my chair and I work on it. Working on my Seaside sampler. And I'm on my priestess coat, which was mine and Darlene's New Year's Eve cast on 2022, and I'm not done with mine yet. But I'm getting there because right now it's just a Tunisian simple stitch back and forth. I finished splitting for the last back panel where it splits for the diamonds, and once I finish that, then I've just got the second sleeve to do, and I'm just doing the straight sleeves. I'm not doing belt sleeves, and then I'm going to do the diamonds, and then I have to do the hood. Now I'm going to put a linked double crochet border on mine. I did that on the elf coat that I tore out, and I'm still ripping out. It's just a lot of coat. And yeah, this yarn gives great stitch definition. It's I got it in the yarn inspirations, it's yarn inspirations, but Spin Right had a factory outlet sale 2 years ago. February 2021, I think, is when I got it. Sometime during 2021 or early 2022. I have to look back to my receipts. And you would use it for blankets, but I'm gonna grab it for the sweater and try it. I'll soak it in wool wash, and usually that softens the acrylic right up. And once I steam it, it even softens more. And I'm finding the more I work with it, the more it's softening up. But it does give good stitch definition. Speaking of yarn inspirations, I am going to be getting an affiliate link for Yarn Inspirations / Spin Right. I had started it before Javi got sick and the bad news. So I just got to finish some emails with them, and then I will have an affiliate link for Yarn Inspirations, and I'm going to apply to Mary Maxim for an affiliate link. And I don't know if I'll do Amazon or not, but I know the whisk bags that I showed that I bought, I'm just waiting on the ones that they gave me to promote. Once they get here, then I'm going to do the product review and a gift away. Because at the end of this month, I'll be drawing for this book, and the comments are great, but they are so lovely and comforting. Thank you very much. I love you guys too, and that's why I come on here to kind of just connect with my fiber family. And I've pretty much shut down my emotions, so I don't cry, because I'm afraid if I do, I won't stop. So I've kind of put them on hold for a while. I did it when my son passed away. I need to do it now, so I'm just kind of numb. Just numb. That there. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not supposed to be able. Well, you can see the colors. I can't show you up close because that's a secret test knit that Darlene and I are doing for somebody. That yarn is Stylecraft Dreamcatcher, and it's a lot like Prism from Mary Maxim, and the color striping is gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous, and that one, I can't remember the color name on it. I have it. It's in there in the bucket with all the yarn I have for the test. But it's a lovely yarn. I got that with a for my 1 year anniversary, Lisa had sent me a Wool Warehouse gift card, and I love Wool Warehouse. And I'm not ordering any yarn this year. I'm on a yarn, no buying yarn this year. And so far, I'm into February, and I haven't bought one hank, one cake, one donut of yarn. And I get emails. I don't even look at them. Nope. I'm being good, unlike some people that have more yarn than I do. Um, but she's not looking at emails now because you just get sucked in. Even if it's a good deal, I'm seeing like hers was having a dollar sale and stuff. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm going to be reconfiguring the craft room. One, for better lighting for the tutorials. Start them up again. Because right now I'm off work. I'm off work for a little bit. May have to go back, got to pay the bills. But right now I'm so busy with paperwork and stuff that, and I wouldn't have my head in, and I'd be afraid of getting hurt in the engine room. So, but my job's waiting for me. So, anywho, I have in my basket at Amazon. It's Stylecraft Dreamcatcher, Suzanne, and I love Stylecraft yarns. They've got some beautiful yarn. The UK's got some great yarn. Stylecraft, King Cole. They've got good for spinners. I've never had that yarn, but yeah. And so, anyways, I found this. It'll take up the wall, 72 inches, I think, up. It's going to go here. I'm taking that. You've seen in my backgrounds before when I'm over doing tutorials. Behind me is where I have that like bookshelf unit with the cubicle unit on top of it where I keep the yarn. Those are coming out. Now the small cubicle will go into the closet. I want to empty out the 9 canvas totes. I have a little bit more room in my closet, and I'm probably going to put a shelf unit in there too to put all of like my Swifts and my yarn winders and my mannequins and knitting machines and all stuff. So I don't like feeling cluttered. I don't like feeling, so I want to maximize my space the best I can to still have an open concept. So that wall there, and what I like about it is it's got 16 blocks down, I think. 12 blocks down, 12 cubes with little doors, but the side is at an angle and has shelves. So on those shelves, I can put my knitting needles, my crochet hooks, stuff like that. Which I took all my crochet hooks out of the case that I had, and right now I have them separated into, because I need to go through my crochet hooks and get rid of some of them. Not my furl wood hook, and not my Nelson wood hooks or my clovers, which are my favorite. Clovers are my favorite. But I have I have one prim, and I've got some Susan, like 3 Susan Bates. I did a review on those. I did a review on the prim. But I have, I have various crochet hooks. My Omis. I actually have one Omis a friend of mine's trying to fix for me that Gracie broke it right on a seam. Okay, 20 shelves. But 16 of them are the cubicles, and then there's 4 shelves that's in the 45-degree, like cubby angle. No, this sweater, believe it or not, I bought it at Walmart for $10. When I was in St. John taking care of hubby, I had no clothes with me, so I ran to Walmart and bought a couple outfits, and it was cold. And oh my god, it was so cold because my bed was over by the window, what they call a cot. I was sleeping in his room. It was so cold. Oh my god, it was so cold. So I got this for like $10, and it's just a 1 by 1 ribbing. I mean, you could make this yourself. 1 by 1 ribbing. Yeah, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. It was like $10, and you can tell it's cheap. It's pilling, but it was warm, and I just throw it on over top of my t-shirt. I mean, I get dressed every day. I didn't want to. First couple days, I was in my pajamas a good bit, and his bathrobe. But I try to get up in the morning, make my bed, start coffee, laundry, trying to do some, like I said, just trying to find some normalcy, my new normal. It is, Suzanne. It is. It's not real heavy, but it's warm and it's long and it's. Oh, I like everything oversized. I like everything oversized. Um, so I just been working on projects that were mindless. Like I knit on my Nordica sweater because it's just knit across, turn, purl back, stockinette stitch. I knit on that for a while. Um, I have to change what I'm doing. Yeah, darling, something like that. Something like it. Some semblance of a routine. Because I mean, I got people coming in and out all through the day, almost every day, and I appreciate it. Just stop by to check on me or drop off casserole or something. Um, I've had to make a couple trips to mainland to take care of make arrangements and stuff like that. I'm not having his service until later in the spring, mid-April to early May, sometime in that. Ground is frozen, and I want to get his headstone in place before we have the service. Plus, I'm dealing with the military. The fire department has a service, and the Masons have a service. So I'm trying to coordinate all this. My voice is going in and out. Now it's probably because I'm away from the mic. Is this better? Let me know if this is better. So, yeah, right now in my room, our room, I'm not ready to. I can't get rid of anything yet. I just can't do it. But this is supposed to be a happy time. Okay, better. Yeah, it's just because I was away from the mic. And what happens is I have it on the boom. It does better when I have it and I'm talking into it. Now, with that being said, I watched a video. I watched Video Nerd and Primal Video. And I've got to go into my settings because this has a program with it. And I've got to adjust my settings. I just have to take the time to do that. So that's what I'm going to do to get better video, get better audio. Um, get back in my into my game. I get back into my life. I'm just lost, and I'm trying to find my way back. So that's why I thought I needed to come on tonight and talk with my Fiverr family because you guys are a very big part of my life. Hubby knew that my YouTube family was part of my family, and he was always very supportive of what I did with my knitting, my crocheting, my YouTube channel. And when I hit like 1K, I told him I was like so excited, and he said, "Well done, good for you." So he was a big supporter. Unfortunately, he never got to do the video that we were going to do with some questions, but he's watching, he's listening. Yeah, I just needed to come on. I've been toying with it for a few days. I don't sleep much at night, hardly at all, an hour or two. So during the day, I usually lay down and I take a nap. And I think we've got 10 people in here. I know a lot of people are lurking, and that's okay too. Say hi. Um, so future plans, keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just working my way back into it. Um, I've got to finish. I got to do my February block for my Happy Mail Advent for my partner, who's little sis this year. Last year, I had Christina from Bella Uncinetto, and she is with Marlene this year. Welcome in, Brenda. Welcome in. So it's and she'll have a lot of fun with Christina. She's a lot of fun, and I'm behind and catching up on emails and talking with everybody. Give me time, and I will get in touch with everybody. It's just trying to emails. The emails I got are unbelievable, and I had to do quick replies and said, I'll leave one longer later, and messages and text messages and phone calls and snail mail letters and cards, and it was a lot to deal with. But I'm trying. I'm handling it. I'm handling it. So, okay, I'm looking here. Makes sense. I remember purchasing it, and it was better one than the one you had. Okay. Suzanne, catch me up here. I missed something. Hold on, let me scroll back to the messages here. That makes sense. I remember purchasing it, and it was a better one than the one you had. Oh, when I got the mic? Let me know if I'm on the same page. Um, where was that? I lose my train of thought. Um, duh. That's terrible. That's why I'm not doing. I can't do any work on any of my patterns that require brain power and brain space. Oh, okay, Suzanne. Thank you. Yes, little sis with the Elgato and the mic here is supposed to help, and I'm gonna get some better lighting. I have a couple in my cart there. I'm gonna get better lighting in here because I don't like putting the overhead light on because it's too bright. Um, I get a lot of natural light from the window here, but when I'm doing tutorials, I've got to block off. So I'm gonna get a blind to put up there behind my curtains. Besides, I can look out over at the water. Um, right now I'm off, Lisa. The Grammy scattered. My husband passed away on the 3rd of this month, so I'm off work for a while. Just trying to um, find my balance and my new normal. So I'm still working. My job's there when I'm ready to come back. They told me to take all the time I need. They're really being wonderful about it. Just gotta get some cream for my hands. My hands are really dry. So, and if you're all you ladies that are in here, if you and those who are lurking, if you haven't, go check out my last video where I did the whips and finished objects and showed the crochet granny square book that is being given away in a gift away. Check it out. I'm going to draw at the end of the month. I didn't put up in there what day I was drawing, but I'm going to draw at the end of the month. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. It was unexpected, but God had different plans for him. And that's probably what's one of the things keeping me going is my faith right now. A lot of prayers, a lot of praying. Gives me strength because none of my family could be up here. My son has messaged me and called me every day since we found out on January 14th that he had only a few days to a few weeks. So he's supposed to be coming up this summer. He's getting his passport. He's supposed to come up this summer as well as my one sister, Hannah. But yeah. But no, I wanted to come on for an hour or so and chit chat and just kind of catch up with everybody and see what everybody's been up to. I'm trying to get back into catching up on a few videos. I'm way behind in catching up on videos. Welcome in, Wendy Joe. Thank you, Wendy Joe. Thank you very much. I was too. I am too. And that's what my boys always called him, Pops. So, but he's up there. My youngest son was waiting for him, and Bella and Valeria, the girls, and his mom and dad, and my mom and dad, they were all waiting for him. It's just a big adjustment. We were like two peas in a pod. We did everything together. We did everything together. But we're going to thank you, Penny. Thank you very much, Penny. Welcome in. Um, and yes, I try and I don't. I've shut off my. I've kind of closed my heart and my emotions down so I don't cry. Uh, my eyeballs are. I got bags enough under my eyeballs. But so we can get back into our knit nights. Um, I don't really do, other than I play cards occasionally. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. Um, no, Suzanne, he lives in by San Francisco, California. Thank you, Wendy Joe. I do appreciate that. That's why I wanted to come on and talk to my fiber family because you guys are very important to me. You know, I love you all. Um, you've been a big stable part of my life for since I started this channel back in 19, and I've made some wonderful friends and family. But you guys are like, you're an integral part of my life. Um, I think about everybody, and just you're on my mind. Um, wondering what everybody's doing, how everybody's doing, what are you making? You know, there are some that I have video chatted with. We've had video calls. We've had a few knit nights. You know, yep, 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in August that I've been doing this. Hard to believe. I'm still here too. Still here. I think maybe my videos have gotten a little better as far as quality. Um, and my knitting and crocheting has come along a lot, and I'm going to be getting back into sewing. Um, I have a couple projects. One I need to do for Gracie. I'm putting together the puppy quilt that I have all these bandanas from the girls. Thank you, little sister. But yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, my sister-in-law and Kathy, the fisherman I've told you about. I know Wendy Joe. I know you. Quite a few of you guys have been here since day one. The two of them also have gone through this, so they're kind of helping me navigate through this. Um, so I mean, I have somebody that's been through it that's able to help me navigate and getting through paperwork. Oh my God, because I'm dealing with two countries on paperwork, and it is insane. It's insane. But yeah, it's just because none of this was we weren't ready for any of this. We hadn't planned for it. We're doing it this year, getting our what do you call it, your pre arrangements. So yeah, so I'm getting through it, and I do plan on uh later this year. I'm meeting a fellow podcaster. It's gonna be a surprise when it happens, but yeah, they had told me they were coming this way mid-May, so might have something there. I have to get with Lisa and Debbie the Canadian Crotcheter to do their interviews because they're going to. I was supposed to tell you, but now you know who the two podcasters are. They'll be interviewing. They're going to do an interview. That's my podcaster series, and then I've got to send some more emails out for designers. And Lindsay's coming back. Lindsay's moving to Maine. They're building the house, so that's exciting. But yeah, I have a lot that I'm going to be finishing that have started. I'm going to finish his man cave downstairs and then have a celebration of life for him down there and invite all his friends from the ferry, the fire department, cards. And I'm going to the bar top is going to be all pictures from our life together, and even before then when he was in the military and everything. Just going to be all pictures of him, so people can look and kind of remember him. He had no idea how much he was loved, and he was worldwide. There was a lot of people that loved him, man. He touched a lot of lives. And one of his friends I hadn't talked to in 7 years sent me a message and said the world's a colder place without him, and it absolutely is. So but he's in a better place. Wave to um no. But she'll only be about an hour and a half from me. I think I'm not quite sure where in Maine she's gonna be, but, Maine's only an hour and a half from where I'm at by land, and it's about right across the bay by boat, although I don't have a boat. Lindsay, yes. No, no, that's Eastport, Maine, right down on the coast. That's across from me over there. That's Eastport. And over that way is St. Andrews. Welcome in, Susan. Welcome in. Um, Another thing too is I want to do a live where we play some games. I thought that would be fun when it's nice to play some games. Um, I mean, I've seen all these. I'm looking online to see kind of because I miss Lisa's Monday Mayhems. I really enjoy playing games. Um, that's always a lot of fun. I enjoy that. I'm old school. I love board games. I love board games. I like playing cribbage, which I haven't played. And hubby taught me to play it. My gosh, 15 years ago, and I haven't played probably 8 or 9 years. And I had bought a brand new crib board. We were going to start playing cribbage, but I enjoy crib. I enjoy Monopoly, Parcheesi, and I love a good game of chess, backgammon. I love the old board games. I enjoy playing cards, whether it's canasta, gin rummy, gin, not just poker. I mean, I enjoy playing cards, hearts, spades, euchre. You know, it's a lot of fun to sit around the table with people and, socialize. I mean, we grew up in the best of times because board games were so much fun. You'd have a family night where you played board games, and it was always a lot of fun. And you would sit there and you would talk to each other and laugh. Scrabble's another one. Um, I mean, there's just so many different games. So with the internet, we're able to do that virtually. We can get together and play a game. I know, Suzanne, we used to play double deck canasta. What do I have? A lot. Socks, 3 blankets going. I have a cable crochet sweater. I have a test knit that I'm on, socks, the dive top for Lindsay. I have a cow that I'm doing with Lisa at Ladybird Loves. Yeah, I did actually have a lot of finished objects that I showed in that video because they're just little projects I was working on. Cause me brain. I've got my Nordica knit sweater. I've got the Cable Crush joggers that are knit. They're all hanging up there on the wall of whips. But I am getting them done, and I've got my priestess coat. But I'm making progress on some of my biggest projects. So I'm still working hashtag work the whips. I'm still doing that. And I'm also doing hashtag shop your stash. 0. I'm telling you, I'm not buying no yarn this year. None. I am getting my yarn fixed through other people. I watch their unboxings. It's, oh, that's beautiful. And when I pull everything out of there, all 9 canvas totes, I pull all them out of there and start reorganizing the yarn and literally updating my list and putting it up onto a spreadsheet or on Ravelry if I can remember, if I had the time to get it on Ravelry, and then make up some boxes. I gotta go buy some boxes, and those will be the mystery boxes that are going to go for sale. And I decide what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a wool box or a wool blend box. So if somebody's sensitive to wool, they don't want to they don't want to um, buy that box. I'll have one that's acrylic or cotton blend, you know, and it'll be a mixture. Um, and you all know that I only buy my yarns on deal. So I can price the boxes decent, and you guys just have to cover the shipping. I just can't. That's why I've changed the way. Excuse me. I'm doing giftways this year, more gift cards and stuff like that. That I'll be doing, whether it's a gift card to Amazon, or depending on where you're at in the world, to a yarn company, or I do a Visa or something like that. But I will still be doing small package giveaways because I enjoy. I made a bunch of stitch markers. I need to make more, especially since I got all my new nautical charms came, and I'm going to be reading again. There was a new book just put out, and I'm waiting to pick my copy up. And I got 2 copies because one is going to be in a gift away. Yes, it's the history of Deer Island. So that is going to be going in a gift away, a future gift away. The history, and with that will come the wooden buttons from Michelle and something, stuff from the island. So that's gonna be in a future giveaway. But I bought 2 books. And I still think I have one more book there, Mystery on Deer Island. It was, I think Barbara Leonhard got one. And I have some of the Deer Island Times. I've got some of the older. I can't wait to see it because H.W. Welch. Oh, I want to see that, Wendy Joe. I'm getting ready to send for a 3D Granny Square book that is all different flowers. Demetra, I listened to those when I was driving transport truck, big truck. I listen to audiobooks all the time. Prior to that, I was an avid reader. Like I said, I'm only well that he's doing another. I got in on the second printing of the book, so I'm really excited about it. H.W. Welch is who it's coming through, and his father or grandfather used to own the store that I bought up here, which is Welch's store, which there used to be a sardine factory down there. Welch sardine factory down the lane. So there used to be 4 sardine factories at one time on the island. So it's really going to be exciting to, um, and another friend of mine is going to give me the titles of some other books that have stories and gossip stories from Deer Island. So I can get those and read like I used to, because everybody used to enjoy hearing about Deer Island. Darlene's been here, so we didn't have a lot of chance because the weather, first of all, crapped. But we got to see a little bit of the island. But summertime's the best time to see the island. Okay, what do we got here? My mouse was stuck. Something like that, Suzanne. But it's going to be there. It's Mystery on Deer Island. So I used to read, and I pretty much had finished. I think there was only 1 or 2 that I didn't read from that little book. And these were stories from Deer Island, by Sterling Lambert. And everybody used to like that. So I can go back to doing that, one video a week of doing a reading, and just have reading, nothing else. I'll just read, and it can be I have to think of a name for the series. But so my channel's simple, you guys. I don't do really anything fancy on my channel. Here and there, I've tried to get a little creative with my. Yeah, exactly. Here and there, I've tried to do a little bit. I'm glad, Darlene. I'm glad. Up my game a little bit, like on my titles and stuff on the videos. But I'm just to keep it simple. I'm never going to be, nor do I want to be, a big channel. Whether there's 1 or 1,000, I'm here just and sharing and enjoying with you guys. And and like I said, making friendships, connecting. I'm going to be making a trip to the States later this year. My son's supposed to be moving back to Pennsylvania from California, which will be great because that means I only have to make one trip. Yeah. Actually, Darlene, I was told firefighters, the widows, they took the widows and the children or something a year or so ago. They took a trip to Oak Island. It was a trip. They paid for it for the widows of fallen firefighters. So my brother-in-law told me it's all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. And again, okay, Wendy Joe, good. I can look at that later on tonight. Thank you. Please continue to post on the community tab. Watch the community tab. I try to utilize it, and I also am getting back into the ayahs, and I'm trying to heart before I can go back and make comments. Sometimes I heart everything, and then I have to go back and make comments. Believe it or not, even though I'm not working on the ferry right now, Thursday I was on the phone 7 hours. A lot of phone calls. Okay, Wendy. Well, she does some great. She has some great her tutorials on her flower blankets. She did one. I actually saved it into a playlist. I made a new playlist for blanket tutorials. She did continue join as you go, and I want to do that because of the Happy Mail Advent project this year. We're doing blocks, and as I get my blocks, I want to put them in the order I get them for the months. You know that song, Calendar Girl. January, February, however it goes. But no, I'll be glad because I'll tell you what, Winnie Joe, me, the person who said ain't gonna make blankets, don't like making blankets. I found out I like to make blankets, just not boring blankets. I like different blankets, you know. And actually, with all the blankets I made, I guess I got to sell some of them because I can't use all these blankets. So get them done, and I've got to get the seaside done and blocked, and that'll be 4 blankets done. And then Charlotte's Universe, I got the actual pattern for it, so I'll be able to get it done, and then just put them up for sale. And I have to do another Canadian flag blanket, the corner to corner. I have somebody that wants one. I told them the price, and they said, nope, want one, because it was a queen size blanket. They want the Canadian flag blanket. I said, well, let me find the yarn on sale, the red heart. I used red heart. Either that or I'll get Craftsmart. Your blanket. Well, I'll tell you, Wendy Joe. I have I have blankets planned. I mean, I bought the patterns for the Atlanticus, the Phoenix, the Liliana, and I've seen some of her other ones. Whatchamacallit for, and Hooked on Sunshine. Her blankets, beautiful. And then I wanted to knit a blanket. And Darlene and I both bought the same kit from Mary Maxim when they had a big sale on it. And it is the generational throw. Let me tell you, it's all charts. So that's going to be very slow going. And I want to do a mosaic blanket. I have pulled the patterns that I bought from Courtney over Firefox Studios. Oh, you're in California? Okay, Suzanne. My son lives in Richmond, California, just outside of San Francisco. He can see the Golden Gate Bridge. So there's like a lot of blankets in my future, but not all of them are going to be big full size blankets. Some might just be lap gans. I have one project that's finished that I'm going to take a picture of it, and once it's delivered to the person, then you can see it. But it was a mosaic that I did. So, but yeah, and I have to give a thank, and if you're watching this in replay, thank you. That Lisa messaged me. She's my Yoda. She helps me when I get my senior moments. I've got to go back to my last video I did. I've got to put some I always put the channels I mentioned in there, and I forgot to do it. So I've got to go back and do that. There's more than just turning the camera and the mic on and coming in here and saying and this and this and this and showing and unboxing, and the editing part takes the longest. And it's not that I edit a lot, but putting the video clips together and then going through there to see if there's anything that needs to be bleeped out or cut out, um, and then putting your titles in, and your beginning, your opener title, your ending title, and then I go through usually and I'll do a quick listen to see if there's any Freudian slips, if there's any section of it that is just crap, I'll cut it out, and then I blend the videos together. A couple times I'll even put music in there, or I'll put some pictures in there or something like that. What I haven't learned to do is the picture in a picture, and I know I can do it because I've got Wondershare Filmora 12, I think. And there's a lot of effects and stuff that I could use, but you know what? To me, I like keeping it simple for you guys because nobody wants to sit there and watch a video that has all these things going on when the meat of the videos is what am I working on? What are you guys working on? Stuff like that. So 2023, I'm hoping is going to the year's going to get better. I don't have a lot of bulky weight yarn. I've got some number 5. It's Burnett. Exactly, Donnie. I have. I don't. No, they're not in here. I bought these specifically for knitting blankets. These are knit picks, and they fit the regular interchangeable sets. I bought a cord for a long 150 centimeter cord to use these blankets, and I've got 19, 25, US 19, US 25, and US 50. This is a US 50, which is a 25 millimeter knitting needle, and they're birch, very smooth, and these are for blankets. So I bought this. This here is US 19, and it's 15 millimeter. But what's nice is with these, they fit all of the Knit Picks cords, and also Likey and Knitter's Pride. Oh, that will be pretty, Susan. Yeah, but you want to know something? Working with those needles on circular needles is so much easier because the weight is on the cord and it just rests on my lap. But they're nice to work the yarn with. They really are. The birch, I mean, it's real nice. The acrylic just slides right over it. I used the 19, size 19, the 15 millimeter when I made my very, 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 very first knitted sweater. My husband had to stop at Walmart and he picked up stateside because I couldn't get him over here. He picked me up straight needles. This is before I started getting into learning about, the technical side and learning about the nerdy stuff in knitting and crocheting. But he picked me up a set of 19s and a set of the 50 that I need, 25 millimeter that I needed for this sweater. It was my very first knit sweater, and it had lace work on the front of it, and I made it out of Peyton's something wool. No, Lion Brand. It was Lion Brand wool. Don't quite remember. But you know what, Wendy Judd, they're great to work with. They're great to work with. Oh, LA gets snow. LA gets cool. Northern California gets snow. But I mean, I still have a few. I was gifted some gorgeous Knitter's Pride straight needles, the Majestics, and I do use those. I use those for dishcloths. I use them for small projects because they were gifted to me. I gave away almost all of my straight needles. There was somebody that wanted them, and I threw all my needles into a big box, and I sent them the needles. I think I put up on there. This is like a couple years ago. It said just first one to answer me gets them, and I sent all of my straight needles, and I think DPNs and some other needles. Trying to downsize my needles because I have the three interchangeable sets, two Chalgos and one Clover. But I do like my circular needles now and then when I'm doing like it's a dishcloth. It's just a nice change, you know. And there's some sweaters I have. Oh, Wool in the Gang hat, and this I saw this sweater 3 or 4 years ago. It just happened to pop up in a tutorial, and I actually got the pattern for it, but it was called it's just a basic sweater, but it was made with their crazy sexy wool, which is a super chunky yarn. But now that I've expanded my skills, improved my skills, I'm getting into a lot more complex sweaters and cardigans. Like I said, this chic is called the entwined chic cable sweater. Yep, I love my DPNs for socks. I was afraid of DPNs. That's why I wasn't in socks. I was afraid. DPNs like you can't do that. That's too much going on. I use DPNs as well as 9-inch circulars, and I'm still practicing and learning on my Addy trios. Well, see, Wendy Joe, that's the thing about those big needles. You're right. It wouldn't take me long to make a blanket. I do have one using a bulky slash super bulky, and it's got a huge cable going right up the middle of the blanket, and the rest of it's just stockinette. And it would knit up really quick. Oh, do you? Oh, good. I'm glad, Wendy Joe. Hey, Wendy Joe, your knitting has come along beautifully. When you start, you have come. Your knitting's beautiful, beautiful. Wendy Joe, Darlene are two converted crocheters to knitters. Now, mind you, Wendy Joe also is a sewist, a beautiful sewist, and she does crochet too. But beautiful knitters, they really are. Darlene's knitting beautiful, and when I hear a crocheter say, "I prefer knitting now," I like it all. You know, each one has its own unique qualities. To me, a knitted fabric is beautiful. Um, yes, exactly, Marlene. Um, but crochet also. Crochet isn't just for blankets. I have made crocheted sweaters, tops, amigurumi, um, you know, Tunisian. I love Tunisian. I actually have a thing to learn Tunisian in the round. Throw the mosaic in there. Crochet, but it has its unique qualities. Beautiful fabrics. I mean, you guys have all seen my I just drew a complete blank on my shawl. Oh my heavens, I just drew a complete blank. FAIRHAVEN that Courtney from Fiberfox Studios did. You all saw that. That's all mosaic. Beautiful fabric. You know, each one has its, and the thing is, when I change from knitting to crocheting or to Tunisian, it's using a different set of muscles. So if my shoulders are sore from crocheting, then I switch to knitting where I can rest my arms and just knit stockinette stitch. Or my Tunisian, because Tunisian, you're picking up. It's a combination of the knitting and crocheting, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, and that was beautiful, darling. That was beautiful. Well, knitting does take a little bit longer, uses less yarn, unless you're doing, as in crochet cables or bobble stitches. Takes less yarn, but it's just a different fabric. Like I said, each technique, you're welcome, Wendy Joe. Each technique has its unique characteristics that sets it apart from the other one. But then you take it and combine them. It's a Mod Podge of all your knitting and crocheting and Tunisian techniques. If you want to put it up at even up at a game, sewing, sewing your liners in. Um, I took my mosaic and combined it with sewing. I can't show you right now. You have to wait, see the picture. But so that it's a way of being creative. To me, I wish I would have. I Yes, darling, it does. It's just the fabric. I wish I would have kept up with my knitting and my crocheting 35 years ago. I might have been in a better place because I find it very therapeutic for me. It really is. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's therapeutic for me, mental health wise. And everybody talks about mental health. And I mean, I angry knit and angry crochet. I sit there and I just then you end up ripping it out because you screw it up. But I've done that too. But it's a way of expressing it in a constructive way without hurting anybody or hurting anybody's feelings. Um, I used to break dishes for anger. um, so so that's why I continue to do what it is I do, and then I like to share it. And I love getting ideas. I mean, I've gotten not. I mean, you guys have inspired me, and to to try something new, to step out of my comfort zone. Hashtag outside your comfort zone, which we got to draw this month. Um, just be looking up on the community tab for it because I'm just going to draw it, put the picture up, and message me and get your pattern. Um, I have been inspired by you. I have learned from you, and that's what I'm able to do because that makes my day. If I'm able to inspire somebody, it wasn't too expensive as I was just so busy and just totally got away from it. And I'm really sorry I did, but hindsight. But I hope I inspire somebody, or you learn something from me from my elementary tutorials that I do. Um, we share our love of yarn. We're not yarn hoarders. We're not yarnaholics. We're just yarn lovers. Exactly, Wendy Joe. Exactly. I'm telling you, Stan, it works. Oh, Lisa. Well, no, I just broke them. I went to. It was an anger management thing that they wanted me to do because I had an ex-husband that was very abusive, and I had all this pent-up anger. I used to keep it inside. I never expressed it, so that's how I used to express it and get it all out. Um, Channel it in a constructive, safe way. So I would just go to Goodwill and buy some cheap dishes, and I would just. And then I had to clean the mess up. Yes, we are connoisseurs of yarn. Um, I don't buy indie dyed yarn. I did it once. I've been gifted it. I mean, blessed with it. That some people give me some indie dyed yarn, but I'm content with big box and Aberdeen's and Darn Yarn and all these other. I'm content. Makes beautiful things and it's cost effective. I mean, we're all on a budget, and I'm really on a budget now. But so that's and that's what I'm hoping to continue this year. And you know, I want to do more tours of the island. Um, Take a trip to Grand Manan. I haven't been to Grand Manan. That's the third of the three West Isles islands: Campobello, Deer Island, and Grand Manan. Grand Manan's a 2-hour boat ride. My niece lives over there. Um, I've taken you to Campobello. I've taken you around Deer Island. There's still more to see, but we got to do a trip to Grand Manan. And then, of course, I'll be taking a trip up to see little sister to Nova Scotia. So that'll be another trip. Um, and then later on this year, I'm going to be meeting up with another podcaster. Um, we'll have to discuss if we're going to do any videoing, because I don't want to take, just assume anything, because it's not good to do. But I'm going to be on here a few more minutes, and then I'm going to bid you all adieu in a little bit. I get a shower. Welcome in, D. Yummy Elmo 69. That's such a cute name. I always liked Tickle Me Elmo. My grandkids had Tickle Me Elmos. My boys had Care Bears and Cookie Monster. And actually, I do. I have some Ammies. No, a bunch of yarn. You saw the yarn hauls I had all last year and towards the end of the year. I got my sock yarn like dirt cheap from Mary Maxim, from Aberdeen's, from Hirschner's. I'm not buying right now from Hirschner's or Lion Brand because of mind you, Lion Brand didn't charge me. I didn't get charged any duties on that. I did get charged my last Hirschner's order, so I won't be ordering from them because they're using a new shipping thing. Yes, Marlene. He-Man. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, they had He-Man. My oldest son, Anthony. Oh my gosh, he'd probably shoot me if he knew I was saying this. He doesn't watch my channel, so I don't worry about it. He would get up and he would do his He-Man. Funny. And actually, I just found out my sister Hannah, who will be coming up this year, her grandkids all watch my channel, and they want to come up here this summer. My niece has 6 kids, so they want to come up here this summer. So, again, share my love of the island. Everybody knows how much I love living here. And I was asked straight out, are you moving back to the States? And I said, this is my home. No. I visit the States. My family's there. This is my home. Deer Island is my home. My next move is to FAIRHAVEN Cemetery. I'm not going anywhere. Exactly, Winnie Joe. I had a lot of fabric. I shared fabric. If you lived in Canada, I can send you yarn at a good price because we have flat rate boxes, but we don't have flat rate boxes to the States yet. I mean, this is our large express post box. Okay, I shipped 2 of these to somebody with 22 pounds of fabric for $60. You know what it would have cost me to send a 22-pound box? So in Canada, I can use these express post boxes, but we don't have anything like that to the States or anywhere else in the world. And what did I say, Neil? It's a girl doing just how to keep them on. Needles. You bought an interchangeable knitting set? Welcome in, Courtney. We are. I'm not worried. We are among the mosaic master. Miss Courtney. Not worthy. Not worthy. Suzanne. They don't want to. Are you talking about the needles? The tips are coming loose from the cords. And if you let me know what brand circular needle is, it an interchangeable set? Can you let me know what brand it is? I still have a lot of fabric left. Even though I sent 22 pounds, I still have a lot of, I was given a lot of boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of fabric when my girlfriend's sister passed away. And I washed, I think it was 11 loads. I washed of material, dried it, and folded it all. We have more options here. D, where are you at, my dear? Yummy. D Yummy Elmo 69. I have been on the hunt for, but so hard and so expensive to order stuff in You must live in Canada. Susan Burke, okay, even my chow goose, okay, a lot of it has to do with, yeah, a lot of them have to do with how you knit, okay? Um, make sure it's tight, put your key in, use your grip. I bought little heart grips at my local yarn store. They were inexpensive, $5. And you hold on and you just tighten them. What I do, I just check as I'm knitting. I check it. Now, Chalgu has come up with the 360. They spin, which helps with your knitting. Because it's the way I knit. Because I go from English style to continental style. but but if you stick the key in and you tighten them down that way, again, watch how you're knitting. That's all right, Suzanne. That's all right, dear. I don't know if Nightbot's on the other channel or not. Did Nightbot yell at you? I don't know if is Nightbot over there? Nightbot must be off. Welcome in, Courtney. So that's one thing you can do with your interchangeable needles. Now, I do find my Clover Takumi bamboo needles, there's no key. I just tighten it down and it has like a little washer, little lock washer when I tighten it down. But they'll still back off. It happens. It's just the way I knit. But like I said, Chalgu now has the swivel cables. Chalgu has a set, the Forte Lantern Moon set, which is like mega expensive. Has the 360 cords. I'm gonna buy one and see how I like it. I've watched positive reviews, negative reviews. We'll see. Demetra, are you talking about Louette is now? Because I have a set from. Oh my word! Honest to gosh, people. I'm telling you, my brain. I am just colander head. I will tell you in a second because I can't, because they're Canadian collage needles. Collage needles are square. Welcome in, Kathleen. Welcome in. Oh, look at that. Lucky 13. 11, 13, 12. Oh, yeah. There's a little number up here in the corner. It tells me how many people are watching. Not necessarily how many are in the chat, just how many people are watching. Welcome in, Tammy. Welcome in. So I like the collage needles. Customer service. I love my Chalgus. Mindful Collection, which is Knitter's Pride. Knit Pro up here. Are great needles. They're a lot like Chalgu. They both have their Norman from Nimble Needles just did a very in-depth review comparing the Mindful needles to the Chalgu needles. No, Courtney, the square needles are help with people that have arthritis and stuff. Just like we have the ergonomic hooks. Prim calls theirs ergonomic knitting needles, the collage square needles, and I believe there's got the Nova Platina cubics, which are square needles, and it's supposed to help with arthritis. I bought a set of Knit Picks Majestic Shorty set of the wooden ones. There you go, Tammy. You can do it. You can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. I like the square needles. They have their place. Now, I only got the short tip ones. And just like I have the short and the really short Chalgu set that hubby bought me, the shorty set in the blue case. Now, some people said they can't work with it. Demetra, check with collage. Maybe maybe the cords are interchangeable because I tell you, a lot of cords, you can take cords from Knit Picks needles to Knitter's Pride and also to Likey. They all are interchangeable. Those cords fit all those brands. And I have tested it. Welcome in, Suzanne. Welcome in, Joanne. Well, welcome to the family, Joanne. Welcome to the family, dear. We've got a lot of Canadians in here, a lot of US in here. Yeah, see, the Prim has those triangular ones. I see Arnie and Carlos use them a lot. I haven't tried the Prim knitting needles. I have one Prim crochet hook, and I like it. It's a 3.5. I liked it. I did a review on it. But the collage needles are nice. They're expensive, well made. Customer service is awesome. I had a set that I bought from my local yarn store. Okay. And the cable snapped it didn't snap, but it frayed a little bit right at the joint. These are like 10-inch for welcome in, Tori. Welcome in. They are okay. There's Nightbot popping in. I called up Collage or email Collage. They emailed me back. I sent them a picture and they said, new set on the way. Those were an old set from my LYS. Must never sold. They were an old style. And they sent me a brand spanking new needle. Great customer service. Denise Interchangeables, another company that I will back. My Tunisian set is Denise Interchangeables. Oh, you have the Likey? I've heard a lot of good things about that set. They're interchangeable with Knit Picks and Knit Pro, or Knit Picks Knitter's Pride / Knit Pro. I only have one there, Suzanne. Denise Interchangeables. If you are in the market for an interchangeable set and you don't mind plastic, okay, Denise, it supports a great cause. The set that I bought supported breast cancer. $5 from every sale goes to support breast cancer research. And their customer service, 5 stars. 5 stars. Reasonably priced. They're out of the States, so if you're in Canada, you're going to pay the exchange rate. Watch for the sale. I paid 56 US. Nope. 56 Canadian. Or $60 Canadian for my Denise Interchangeable Tunisian set. Okay, they have knitting too. Okay, comes like this. I got the pastel colors. Missing a few crochet. I'm missing a few hooks here. I have to find out where they're at. And it comes like this. Okay. Awesome set. Love it. Hold on. What are you doing? They also have knitting needles. You can buy a second set if you want to do for the Tunisian, if you want to do Tunisian in the round. Well, I'll tell you. There is so many beginner, but Simply in Stitches and the Crazy Sock Lady is probably one of the best. Her knitting patterns are the best to begin with. Also, Stacy from Very Pink Knits. They have intense, complete tutorials on knitting socks. Now, I have one from she used to be on the Fiber Friends, but it's by Louise Patterson from the Wild Flower Wool podcast and Facebook group, and it's called Simply Sock Cuff Down. Basic sock, 2x2 ribbing or 1x1 ribbing, heel flapping gusset, decreased toes. But yeah, So now Stacy from Very Pink Knits has a whole slow motion series, and she did a whole series on sock knitting with picking a cuff, a heel, and a toe, because there's different toes, different heels, stuff way to do, and different cuffs. One of the easiest sock patterns that I've done is the Rose City Rollers. Lots of lagging, Joanne? Because the internet the satellite's working pretty good. Oh, my eyeballs. Let me just double check my internet connection. Make sure I'm on the right one. Let me no, I'm on Calder's. I'm on Elon. Oh, Suzanne, they're not complicated. Look, if I can do it, anybody can. Seriously. I was so terrified of DPNs. Terrified. I own DPNs. Every now and then the screen's locking. Bandwidth, time of the day. I'm just oh. Here. One of my sisters making sure I'm all right. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay. It could just be the bandwidth for that split second. Okay, Joanne. All right, dear. Yeah, ever since I got Elon, apparently my video quality has like 300% increase improvement. But yeah, knitting socks. Look, here's the thing. If you want to do something, do it. You won't know until you try. And if at first you don't succeed, I know, try again. But see, without failure, you don't have success. And let me tell you, if you could see my first pair of socks, they were for a deformed person. That's all I can say. But I was doing DPNs, and then I learned 9-inch circulars. I love 9-inch circulars. I love DPNs. I own a DPN sock set. I gave away the 6-inch sock set to somebody. Won it. I don't remember. I think Marlene might have won it. And oh, sorry. But yeah, it's and I'll tell you the fun thing about knitting socks, you can take a very plain sock pattern. Yes, this is my finished objects I showed that aren't put away yet because stuff needs blocked. This is a free pattern. I've posted it on the video that I showed. I did post a pattern for its free line brand pattern for rough. I like the shorty socks more so than cuff socks, but this is just a basic pattern. But what makes it unique is you have one row of purl in there, which is going to be your pickup row. After you're finished, you pick up stitches, and you make this really adorable, cute ruffle, and it changes the whole look of the sock. Free pattern, line brand, ruffled cuff socks. Like I said, it's in one of my videos. Has the link to this. Rose City Rollers, another simple one. No cuff. There's no cuff. You begin knitting immediately, and you do stockinette for however 1 or 2 inches, however you want. You know, and bam, you're right into the heel flap and gusset. Okay. Now, with that being said, one of the heels I've done on my Hermione socks was the partridge heel. Exactly. Exactly, forming the gusset. But there are so many other heels, which Stacy from Very Pink Knits, she explores all these different thank you. All these different types of heels and toes. I have a pattern for a round toe, the regular toe. I call it the pointy toe. The star toe. And then you've got fish lips kiss heel, fish kiss, fish kiss, fish lips kiss heel, something like that. The pattern's $1. I haven't tried it yet. Suzanne, I do my heels, my heel flap and gusset on DPNs, 2 DPNs. I do mine on. It's a lot easier. It's a little bit more work putting them back on the 9-inch, but it works out a whole lot better. But then your toes net, and then I turn around and now I have a sock. I have half a sock designed. One sock's done. I designed a sock that was like that, but my ruffle was at the top, and it was a combination of crocheting and knitting. Now I'm trying to knit the cuff for the sock pattern, figure out the decreases and all that stuff. That's where I get screwed up. I mean, I'm good at math, but that math, I don't make any sense to me. But there's also the afterthought heel. I want to try that. Now, I don't know about y'all. I think you'll probably feel the same way. One of the scariest things that you could ever think of doing would be cutting your knitting. Okay? But they call it steeking. When you do an afterthought heel, you knit your tube, and then you go back later and you cut stitches. I mean, there's prep work you do to it, but you cut your stitches, and then you knit your heel. I still haven't been able to bring myself to cut my knitting, even for like, you do a in the round sweater and then you steek it to make a cardigan. I haven't got that brave yet. Okay, Tammy, you can make it, but see, knitting your own socks, you can make an adjustment on that. See, that's one thing about knitting your own socks. You can make them to fit you. That's the beauty of knitting your own socks. And some people crochet their socks. Bruna from Bruna Ticality has a pair of socks she crochets one piece. Yes, Darlene, I know, but I'm not that brave. Okay, I'm sorry. To me, scissors and yarn, 60 hours of work, and I'm going to cut it. I haven't got there yet. I will. I'll get there. But I just haven't worked my way up to that yet. That I consider advanced knitting. So, but I mean, it's beautiful. I watched it done. You can either do it on a sewing machine or you can do a chain on either side, which is where you steek up, which when you cut your yarn, it keeps it from unraveling. I understand the concept, but it's just a visual image I get of cutting that yarn and the whole thing. Yes, Wendy Joe. I mean, I like the 9-inch. I have a whole bunch. I have from size 0 up to size 5, I think, because I do DK socks. Don't say never, Darlene. Don't say never. Never is a word you shouldn't have in your vocabulary. And yeah, and Wendy Joe, you like your 9-inch, don't you? Yeah. Like I said, Simply in Stitches has one of the best 9-inch tutorials, as well as the Crazy Sock Lady. Those two, they're more complete. Stacy from Very Pink Knits has the 9-inch circulars, but it's not. Those are the top 3: Simply in Stitches, Crazy Sock Lady, and Stacy from Very Pink Knits. Those 3 are my recommendations that I have used those videos and the tutorials for sock knitting that I recommend. Welcome in, Dragon Cat. Well, it's just glad to see you, Dragon Cat. Welcome to see you. I just wanted to come on tonight, reconnect with everybody, and just be with my fiber family. That's how you start, Tammy. Yeah, it does, Suzanne. It does. When they steek it, yeah, they make some beautiful cardigans. Beautiful cardigans. And if you look at some of your more advanced knitting channels, the Grocery Girls, Stacy, even I think Frida from Crochet Knit with Frida has done steeking. So there's a lot out there that you can watch. Glad to see you too, Dragon Cat. Glad to see you too, dear. I'm still here. I'm still surviving. Um, just I'm just yeah, just numb. But yeah, so that's I think do again, make 2023 your year of firsts. Make that first sock or that first sweater or learn to knit. Or if you knit, learn to crochet. Mosaic. Let me tell you something. You start doing mosaic, you're hooked. Seriously hooked. There is so much I want to do. It's just I don't have enough time to do everything at the same time. There is a video, Darlene, on YouTube that shows the actual steeking. Just search YouTube steeking and it'll come up. That's why I want to get some of these big projects that have been on my needles and hooks for since the beginning of last year. There you go, Darlene. Finish your first knit sweater. So I hit my to-do list for my projects that are already slotted with the yarn and patterns. Good girl. Good. We got another convert. Mosaic Master there. She's knitting her first dishcloth. We got another conversion. Hot dog, we're converting people. But again, excuse me. I love all the techniques though. Knitting, crocheting, Tunisian. Love it all. Love it all. Yes, they do, Wendy Joe. Yes, they do. Like I said, I do my heel flap and gusset on 2 DPNs when I do my 9-inch. And then I just kind of got to work my stitches back around when you start, you pick up the side stitches, knit across, pick up the side stitches. I do that all on DPNs, or I actually use a small crochet hook to pick up my stitches now because I find it gives me better tension, no holes. So, that's like I said, I love doing socks. I want to do more. I got a lot of sock yarn, and I was gifted some really pretty sock yarn. Lisa Ladybird, and this is outside my comfort zone for color palette. Lisa, I won that rainbow socks. This is Stylecraft, head over heels. I have a lot of yarn, and I have a lot of DK that I got from Mary Maxim. They're simply sock DK. So that's yarn I won. That's not the way it. That's the thing. I mean, it takes time. It takes time. Another thing too, when you're worrying about your tension and stuff, knitting needles, the material it's made out of, what time of the day, how are you feeling? The yarn, all of that, plus other factors, all contribute to your tension and the evenness of your stitches. Yes, I watch Blue Eyed Style now and then too. Again, I'm catching up, but yes, she's done a beautiful job. Yeah, happy feet. Happy feet. I've got a lot of sock yarn. Lots of sock yarn. Got it all on sale. All on deal. No yarn this year because I've got plenty from last year. You lost me, Wendy Joe. Where'd you lose me at? I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost, but I didn't know you lost me. So at the time here, yeah, we're gonna spend an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. 1, I have to use the little girl's room, and 2, I have to go take a shower. And we will be doing this again. Um, I'm gonna have some more free time than I used to for my lives because I'm not taking it away from somebody else. Okay, Tammy, it was good seeing you, dear. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much. And we'll do this again. I gave a few hours notice. The next one I'm going to try to set up a day in advance while I'm off work right now and I have some free time that I can just be. I can just be. Um, I want to say thank you to everybody. The last month has been hard. This past week has been really hard. And I want to thank you all for your messages and your thoughts and your prayers. I won't tell you what I paid D for mine. $4. You gotta watch the sales. If you're in the States, you can get really good sales. You will, Suzanne. I will be back. I made a promise that I would continue living, that I just would not stop living, and I do keep my promises. And that was when he asked me to continue living. The other one, I didn't make a promise because I'm never going to remarry and I will never date. That's it. I've had tomahawk steak. Why would I want a hamburger? I had the best. So I've got plenty. I've got family, friends. Oh, no worries. No worries. Um, uh, so you guys are my family, my fiber family. Some I've talked to in IRL. Other time IRL. But listen to me in real life here. I'm just getting like so with it. 2023. Yeah. Thank you all and help me find my way back. Thank you. I'm not saying that I'm not going to have moments of. Yes, she is. She's a big, big help. I'm not going to have moments of. That's to be expected, and I'm trying to focus on the positive things and good memories and what I have in my life now to be thankful for. So, you guys know it's coming. It's coming. Remember, hug, smiles, and happiness. Pass it on. Make the world a better place. I hope you're staying safe, healthy, happy, doing what it is that makes you happy. I really mean that. And here's bye now from this live. But I will see you in the next video and/or/next live. Thank you guys. Don't forget to go to the last video. Enter for the Granny Square book. There'll be more of that to come. I love you all. Have a good night. Sleep well. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you guys very much. And I'm going to say adieu. Oh, Nightbot, hush up. Thank you guys. Night, night.